Alex had always been drawn to the unknown. He had traveled to distant planets, studied alien ruins, and survived dangers that most humans could never imagine. But nothing had prepared him for the moment he stepped onto the surface of planet Zyra 9. The sky was a dark violet, streaked with strange green clouds that twisted and shimmered like liquid. The air was thick, almost alive, humming with energy. His boots sank slightly into the soft, glowing moss that covered the ground, and each step made a faint chime, like distant bells. Alex checked his scanner. There were unusual energy readings coming from a cave nearby. Something, or someone, was there. He approached carefully, every sense alert. The entrance to the cave was massive, carved out of black stone that seemed almost liquid in its movement. Strange symbols glowed faintly along the walls, pulsating in rhythm with the strange hum in the air. Alex hesitated for a moment. He knew this could be dangerous, but curiosity had always been stronger than caution. As he stepped inside, the temperature dropped. Shadows danced along the walls, though there was no wind. The symbols on the walls seemed to react to his presence, glowing brighter, casting eerie patterns on the floor. Then he saw her. She was standing in the center of the cave, almost as if she had been waiting for him. Her skin shimmered faintly, reflecting the strange light of the symbols. Her eyes glowed a soft gold, piercing and intelligent. Long silver hair flowed around her shoulders, moving as if underwater, though the air was still. She was tall, elegant, and undeniably powerful. Alex froze. His instincts screamed at him to run, but something in her gaze held him in place. "You should not be here," she said. Her voice was calm, but every word carried authority. "You cannot leave." Alex blinked, unsure if he had heard her correctly. I can't leave," he asked, his voice shaking slightly. "Yes," she replied. "You are not free to go." "Not yet." He took a cautious step backward. "Why?" What are you?" "I am called Leora," she said. "And you, human, are here for a reason. You do not understand yet, but you will." Alex's mind raced. He had encountered aliens before, but none had spoken like this, none had commanded him with mere words. He tried to step toward the cave exit, but something stopped him. The wall seemed to shift subtly, the shadows curling like fingers, guiding him back toward the center. "Please," Alex said, trying to keep his voice steady. "I don't understand. I didn't mean any harm. Let me go." She tilted her head slightly, studying him. "You are curious, clever, brave. And that is why you are here. But there are forces you cannot see. Forces that will hunt you if you leave. I am protecting you." Alex laughed nervously. "Protect me? From what?" "I've survived meteor storms, hostile aliens, and collapsing ruins." "What could possibly?" Before he could finish, a faint vibration ran through the cave. The symbols along the walls glowed violently for a moment, and the shadows stretched and shifted as if alive. Alex stumbled back, heart pounding. "I do not lie, human," Leora said. "You are in danger the moment you step beyond this cave. I have watched your path, and I know what is coming." Alex's curiosity battled his fear. He wanted answers. "Why me? Why not someone else?" Leora stepped closer, her presence overwhelming. "Because your life is tied to something much larger than you understand. Something that affects not only your world, but countless others. And for that reason, I cannot let you leave, yet." Alex felt a chill run down his spine. He wanted to resist, to fight, to run, but the cave seemed to pull him back, every instinct warning him that escape was impossible. Suddenly, a sound echoed from deep within the cave. A low, resonant hum that seemed to come from the very ground beneath his feet. Alex's scanner went haywire, flashing red warnings. "What is that?" he shouted. "Your destiny," Leora said softly, almost sadly. "It is awakening. And it brought you here." Alex's mind spun. He had heard stories of humans encountering aliens and being taken, but this was different. He felt trapped, yet inexplicably drawn to her. Every instinct told him to flee, but every thought told him to listen. He took a cautious step forward. "What do you want from me?" "Not what I want, but what you will become," she replied. "In time, you will understand. For now, you must stay. You must learn. You must be ready." Alex swallowed hard. He had always believed in freedom, in choice. And yet, for the first time in his life, he felt like a pawn in a game much larger than himself. He glanced around, looking for an exit, but found none. The walls of the cave seemed endless, and the shadows, alive. "Please," he whispered, more to himself than to her. "I need answers." Leora stepped closer, her eyes locking with his. "And you will have them. In time. But first, you must trust me." Alex's heart raced. He had no idea what awaited him, but one thing was clear: his life had changed forever. The immortal alien woman was not going to let him leave, and whatever reason she had, it would shock him to the core. The hum of the cave grew louder, the symbols pulsing brighter, and Alex realized that the moment he stepped onto Zyra 9, his destiny had been rewritten. There was no turning back. And as Leora reached out her hand, the air around them shimmering with unseen energy, Alex knew that the adventure he had always dreamed of had just begun. The cave had grown darker since Alex's first encounter with Leora, the immortal alien woman. The glow from the alien symbols flickered softly, casting long shadows that seemed to move independently, like creatures watching him. Every step he took echoed strangely, bouncing off the walls in ways that made the cave feel alive. Alex's mind raced. He had never felt so small, so vulnerable, and yet, strangely, so curious. Leora had said he must stay, but she had not explained why. The hum of the cave pulsed again, faintly, like a heartbeat. He felt as if the planet itself was watching him. "Why me?" Alex asked, trying to steady his voice. "Why did you bring me here? What do you want from me?" Leora's golden eyes softened, but the intensity remained. "You ask many questions, human. Some you are not yet ready to understand. But I will show you enough, so you may survive what is coming." She moved gracefully, almost floating above the moss-covered ground. With a wave of her hand, a portion of the cave's wall shimmered and became transparent, revealing a chamber beyond, filled with floating orbs of light and strange machinery that hummed with energy. "This," Leora said, "is where time and memory meet. Here, I can show you fragments of the past, and the truth about the future." Alex stepped forward cautiously. The air felt charged, electric, and a strange warmth spread through his chest. He could sense knowledge waiting, knowledge that might change his understanding of everything he believed. "Look," she said, pointing to a floating orb. It shone like a miniature sun. As Alex stared into it, the world around him shifted. He saw planets burning, stars exploding, and alien fleets clashing in space. And through it all, humans fighting not just for survival, but for something greater. "They are coming," Leora whispered, her voice low and urgent. "Forces you cannot imagine. Forces that will see you as either a threat or a tool." Alex's heart pounded. "Why me? Why humans?" She studied him, her gaze piercing. "Because humans are unpredictable. You have creativity, courage, and resilience. But most importantly, some humans carry within them a spark that can change the course of the universe. You are one of them." Alex stumbled back. He had always thought of himself as ordinary, an explorer among explorers. But now he felt the weight of something far greater than his own life. Leora seemed to sense his fear. "Do not be afraid," she said softly. "Fear is natural. But you will need more than courage, you will need understanding, patience, and trust. I can guide you, if you allow me." He looked into her eyes and saw not just power, but sadness, loneliness, and centuries of memory. She had lived for millennia, seen civilizations rise and fall, fought wars beyond comprehension. And yet, she had chosen him. "Why me?" he whispered again, not fully expecting an answer. "Because your path crossed mine for a reason that even I do not fully understand yet," Leora said. "But there is no coincidence. You are here to learn, and perhaps to help me protect something very precious." Suddenly, a faint vibration ran through the cave. The symbols on the walls flared, and Alex felt the ground shift slightly beneath his feet. A soft, melodic sound filled the chamber, almost like a warning. Leora's expression changed. Her eyes glowed brighter, sharper. They are near. You must be ready. Alex felt a chill. Who? She didn't answer immediately. Instead, she guided him to a low platform in the chamber. We must prepare you. Your mind and body will be tested. Only then can you survive what is coming. The tests were unlike anything Alex had ever imagined. She created illusions that mimicked his deepest fears: a collapsing star, alien creatures hunting him, voices of people he loved warning him to run. He had to solve puzzles that tested his logic and instincts, all while under pressure that made his heart race and his body ache. Hours, or maybe days, passed in what felt like minutes. Alex began to understand Leora's methods. She wasn't just teaching him how to survive physically, she was teaching him to control his mind, to see patterns, to trust his instincts. And through it all, a bond began to form. Alex realized that Leora, for all her power and immortality, was not invincible. She had endured centuries of loss and loneliness, and in some ways, she needed him just as much as he needed her guidance. You are learning quickly, Leora said one evening, her voice softer now. But there is one lesson you must never forget: the universe does not follow fairness. It follows purpose. And purpose is often dangerous. Alex nodded. He didn't fully understand, but he trusted her. More than he had ever trusted anyone. Then, just as he began to feel a sense of accomplishment, the cave trembled violently. The symbols on the walls flashed red. A high-pitched alarm echoed through the chamber. They are here, Leora said, her voice now urgent and commanding. Her eyes glowed crimson. If you leave now, everything will be lost. Everything. Alex's mind raced. He had trained, learned, and grown in ways he could never have imagined. But he was still human. Could he really survive what was coming? Leora extended her hand toward him. Stay close. Trust me. And remember, your life, and perhaps many others, depends on what you do next. The cave shook again. From deep within, a shadow moved, a presence so vast and menacing that Alex felt it deep in his bones. The first taste of the danger he had been warned about had arrived. And as he took Leora's hand, he knew one thing for certain: nothing would ever be the same again. The secret she held, the bond they shared, and the coming threat would test him in ways he could never imagine. For Alex, the adventure had only just begun. The cave trembled violently. Dust fell from the ceiling, and the alien symbols glowed red with urgency. Alex's heart raced as he clutched Leora's hand. Outside, he could feel it, a presence so vast, so dangerous, that it seemed to press against the very air around him. They're here, Leora said, her voice low but firm. And they are not like anything you have ever faced. From the shadows, massive alien ships emerged above the cave's opening, glowing with menacing lights. Their engines hummed like a swarm of predators, and Alex could sense the intelligence behind them, calculating, relentless, unstoppable. We don't have much time, Leora continued. You must understand who you are, before it's too late. Alex stumbled back, fear gripping him. Who I am? What do you mean? She turned to him, her golden eyes piercing into his soul. You are not just a human. You carry a rare gene, a spark within you, that can stabilize a cosmic energy that threatens multiple galaxies. If you leave now, if you fail, countless lives will be lost. Alex staggered. Me? How could that be? Some humans are born with abilities unknown even to themselves, Leora explained. It is rare, almost impossible. But you are one of the few. A roar shook the cave as the alien fleet unleashed its first strike. Energy blasts ripped through the ground, throwing rocks and debris into the air. Alex fell to the floor, shielded by Leora's force field, a wave of pure power shimmering around her. You have to trust yourself, she shouted over the roar. I can guide you, but only you can control the spark within you. Alex rose, shaking, fear and determination battling within him. He focused, trying to sense the strange energy inside him. A warm pulse spread through his chest, radiating outward. The cave seemed to respond, the glowing symbols flaring brightly. He lifted his hands instinctively, and energy shot forward, colliding with the alien attack. A beam of light exploded from him, deflecting the strike. Leora's eyes shone with pride. Yes. That's it, Alex. Let it flow. Control it. The aliens advanced relentlessly. Alex and Leora moved in perfect sync, her powers of energy manipulation combined with his newfound ability. Together, they formed a shield, repelled attacks, and even struck back, sending the enemy ships staggering. Amid the chaos, Alex realized something incredible: he was not just surviving, he was part of something bigger. Every move he made influenced the battle, every thought connected him to the energy that flowed through him. Finally, after what felt like hours, the alien threat paused, their ships retreating slightly, as if recognizing the unexpected power in the human standing beside Leora. Alex fell to his knees, exhausted, but alive. Leora knelt beside him, her hand resting on his shoulder. "Do you understand now?" she asked gently. "I did not let you leave because your life is more than your own. You are a key, a protector. And I needed to ensure you were ready." Alex nodded, overwhelmed. I never imagined. I'm just a human. How could I possibly?" "You were always more than that," Leora interrupted softly. "You just didn't know it yet." Alex looked around at the cave, the symbols, and the aftermath of the battle. He realized he had changed forever. The fear, the training, the bond with Leora, and the revelation of his true potential, it all led to this moment. A silence settled over the cave. The danger had passed, for now. Leora extended her hand to Alex. "You are free to leave," she said. Her voice was calm, almost gentle. "The choice is yours. Go back to your life, or stay and embrace what you were meant to become." Alex looked at her, feeling the weight of the choice. He could return to Earth, to the life he had known, leaving behind the cosmic responsibility that terrified him. Or he could stay, continue learning, continue fighting, beside someone who had saved him, guided him, and shown him the truth about his own potential. His gaze met hers. There was trust in her eyes, patience, and something else, hope. He realized that whatever he chose, he could not turn away from what he had discovered inside himself. Slowly, he took her hand, a determined smile forming. I'll stay," he said. "I want to understand. I want to fight. I want to be ready." Leora's golden eyes softened. "Then you are ready, Alex. Together, we will face what comes next. And perhaps, together, we will change the fate of more than just one world." The cave hummed, the symbols glowing softly once more. Alex felt the warmth of the energy inside him, steady and powerful. For the first time, he did not feel fear. He felt purpose. Outside, the stars shimmered, and the alien fleet slowly disappeared into the distance. The universe was vast, dangerous, and full of mysteries, but Alex was no longer just a human. He was something more. And with Leora by his side, he was ready for whatever came next.